All right, guys, we are back. It is pistol round here. Dust2 is the map. Map number 2 in this best of 3. It's Vination's map choice. So we see that x6tence has opted to start on that CT side. And already we see a quick cat play here. We'll see how it's handled by the CTs as Triple D is going to be the first one out. Haven't opted to go yet, but here we go. All 4 out. They've smoked off sight. So this means that Lowell has a really hard time defending here. But he gets one on kicker as he tries to jump through the smoke. Triple D gets the bomb down as it's very difficult to kill someone while they're planting the bomb.
Yeah, there was no one playing close catwalk, so good move by the CTs to play to the strengths of the starter pistol and play ranged. And Musambani was able to, play that long crossing looking at Cat and get some easy pickings. And I'm not sure who was in the site, but they did some good work just staying alive, and it was a clean round for the CTs.
Can't go wrong with that as, yeah, not a frag on the board for the T side. They do get a bomb plant, so there's a little bit of silver lining in there, but you're going to see Olipal looking like he wants to go out long with T-Bin. They've got 2 of their terrorist players, though, coming in through lower. I imagine, though, with the setup with these players long, it could be some sort of split A, maybe having those players move up cat, or they're just making noise out mid. I'm not 100% sure, but they have been joined by a 3rd terrorist player. So right now, Olipal actually just used that player to boost up behind these boxes, and quite honestly, we don't see this too often. He's boosted up on the boxes in a house here, and it's a pretty nice angle to play, especially if the CTs get aggressive, but right now, pushing out mid is the Ts.
Yeah, and they're making some presence on the other side of the map to see if they'll play into Olipal's boost, but not so much as they weren't able to get any frags and put any pressure on them.
Yeah, Hank's going to be the last one here. 20 HP on him. I suspect he's probably going to go down in just a moment here. And yep, Musambani will be able to put that away and get 60% of the kills in that round. So a triple kill from him, Pro 90 in hand, and Kyrie is going to go right up to that AWP. They have judged the monetary situation of Vination, and they have, I would say yes, but they just straight up know. They know this is a buy because they got that bomb plant in that first round.
Yeah, and they didn't see any dinks or anything like that. A lot of clean headshots. They knew they didn't get any head armor, so good anticipation to think that they're going to have rifles and to counter with an op, as there's not going to be another ranged rifle on the board for the terrorists.
Musambani will take some damage early on. He's down to 9 HP. And you will flash his teammate in, Mason, into long A house, but won't be able to see anything as Kicker's moved back. Now holding on the other side, but Kyrie will open up here as Olipal goes down. T-Bin, though, will fire back and get that trade, and that is a great frag here as now the mid to B play, at least for 2 of them, but Lowell gets a great shot onto T-Bin. There's a certain spot that you just line up from CT spawn if there's a smoke down that you know you're going to get players crossing, and that's exactly what that was, or at least I believe that was what that was, just spam through. Musambani will be able to connect as well. So 2 players left. They're going to try their luck out long.
Yeah, and there was a good Molotov on the other side of that smoke as Kicker takes down Lull to get some long control and put some leverage onto this A player who's alone at the moment as the other two counter terrorists are waiting. But they're actually just setting up for the cross because they do have to get across there, and there's no grenades. So they're going to have to try to hit some crazy shots right now. And it looks pretty good right now as Hank's able to get a headshot on a flip-in. And another one on Mason has the bomb down with superior HP, and Musambani with an op. It's not looking too good.
Yeah, it's looking pretty bleak here. Oh, and he jumps too. Hank knows the exact location, and he's going to lose that battle as Hank was rotating over towards Cat. So great round from Hank. Gets a 3K. And I believe that was a 2v4, and then just basically started from there.
Yeah, and they had a good setup. They both had to cross long, and I think both counter terrorists in middle were looking right there with their other teammate in the site. They just weren't able to pick up any kills. I think they played a little too scared when they're in a much better situation than the terrorists.
And now that op on the T side, going to be happy about that, but they do need to be careful as there might be some aggression here from the CT side. They realize that, though, and now they've got this nice little kind of triangle at top of mid, so they've got multiple players here just helping each other out, making sure that no aggression comes in. And Kicker will be able to get the first frag onto Flippin as he tries to get aggressive into upper dark. But here comes the terrorist into middle, and this is where the danger becomes real, because Musambani trying to make something happen in lower, but he actually gets no help from his buddy on Cat. So Lowell will flash himself out, but it's not going to work out. Kyrie tries to get a frag, but a flawless round here from Vination.
Yeah, very well executed anti-eco. They went and got B control, and they were able to get that kill. And then the player in upper dark was able to sandwich the guy lower, crumbling the little triangle defense that you mentioned earlier.
And now we've got the 5th round underway. And it's a 2-2 scoreline. We've got the bomb heading towards B, but we've got one out long very quickly. That's Kicker. And he's going to be able to drop Mason here, and that's going to be Musambani goes down as well. Lowell still alive, though. He's able to clean up those players, but the problem is the B bomb site is the one of contention, and Kyrie is here all alone. Triple D peeking from window. Ooh, misses that shot there from Kyrie. And he's trying to peek in window. They have the door smoked off. They have 3 players still alive on that T side. So this is going to be a rough retake here from Existence, as definitely the B bomb site, if you have equipment on that T side, very difficult to retake.
Yeah, they smoked off the door and then Molotov the window as soon as they realized that Kyrie was still outside. And just good adjustment by the terrorist after getting those long picks. Knew that the defense was going to thin out a little bit and make some sort of response to them. And then as soon as Kicker went down, they immediately just pivoted and went straight for that B bomb site and took it without almost any resistance.
Yeah, worked out well for them, and now we've got a 3rd round on the board here. So Vination, again, this is their map choice, and they need to survive on this map and win this map inevitably if they want to bring it to the 3rd map in Nuke. We saw Existence pick up that first map. I believe it was 16-8 was the score line. And 4 rounds on T, 4 on CT for Vination. It wasn't exactly a solid map for them, but here they're definitely showing their own, and we're going to have a bit of an awkward buy from the CT side. They're confident with Kyrie just rocking that AWP, and then Lowell with an M4. But what do you think about this buy here from the CT side?
Pretty risky, but I mean they saved those guns and were able to you know, they're trying to make something happen with them. They're utilizing them pretty well, giving them both boosts. So giving them, you know, that special VIP treatment, try to get a pick. They got a head stack in middle, try to catch someone on cap, but Ollie able to find them, but Musambani getting the better of them.
Yeah, this is looking like a great round thus far, and I realized as soon as I said that, I'm like, oh, I'm so stupid. They saved those in the last round. I watched them run away and talked about how it's so hard to retake, so that was not a buy from them at all. So excuse me, guys, as we are going to see, though, Flippin', he's going to survive to fight another firefight here. He's moved away into upper dark on the T side and actually takes one shot at Kicker to give away his location, but we are going to see Lowell hit a sick shot onto Kicker, and now it's all down to Triple D, stuck with an AWP in upper dark. That's going to be the round. So Existence, they take a round where they only have 2 rifles, but like you were saying, giving them the VIP treatment, they're able to secure those frags, and even Musambani was able to get some as well. So, no, it was a great round from the CT side.
Yeah, really getting a lot of value out of those guns, and then even more so because no one on the counter-terrorist team died. Very well done, and that's going to really kickstart the counter-terrorist economy.
So we're going to see Teben, he's thinking about getting aggressive out long, but ooh, actually Mason, I think peeked in, but he was a little bit blind, so I don't know if he actually saw Teben there, but regardless, if they did, they just kind of made odd eye contact and awkwardly walked away. And now some cat aggression, cat control from the T's, and like you were saying, so many options once you get that control.
Yeah, they can really just decide what they want to do from here. I would love to see something interesting, like maybe smoking and jumping down. Oh, kind of spoke at the perfect time. Hank able to get that kill on Lowell, but Kyrie getting right back and then also taking down Kicker. But they still have control of middle, so they're still able to do a lot of stuff. Triple D going for that pick, but bad time to zoom out as he wasn't able to kill Kyrie.
And now they're just going to go straight for a mid to B. They've exercised their options on that A site and don't feel like it's working out. So heading over to B, but a great heads-up smoke from one of the CT players, and Flippin hits a nice shot, hits a second as he gets a third, and a beautiful round from Flippin. Some individual play coming out. He gets a triple kill, and that is a great way to hold that site. I loved the smoke going down at doors because they knew that they had them trapped. They fell right into that, and x6tence coming out with a W there.
Yeah, really good way to counter the mid B is playing two in the B bomb site, looking for what's going on through the, like, staying at the B doors, looking at middle, waiting for them to come out, waste their grenades, and then you just smoke off the door, and it's almost impossible to deal with as a terrorist unless you're just going to push through. You're almost certain to be at a disadvantage.
And let's see what transpires here, as Mason's already down to 16 HP. He's playing from car at the moment, but Ollie Paul working out from long. This is an eco round, other than Kicker picking up that UMP, and I imagine he was just evening out the monetary situation, or he misbought. One of the two. He doesn't have armor, so it's kind of an odd buy. Yeah, I don't really know, but we are going to see some aggression out mid, and Kicker goes down, so that's the ump being dropped, but Hank puts down Musambani with that Tech 9.
Oh.
And, Ollie gets one onto Mason as well, as he was fairly lit. Llewell returns. It is a 3v3, so things could work out here, but Flippin hitting his shot, and now he is alone versus Hank. Hank trying to get this close-range fight, though, and he will win it. That Tech 9 just so good. Running and shooting, and through the box, he gets the frag, and now with an AWP in hand, this is a winnable round for him, especially if he lands that pick, and now it's Llewell versus Hank. And Hank getting close up, but won't be able to make it happen here. He tries to use that trusty Tech 9 once again at close range, but Llewell gets the better of the fight, and that will be the 5th round on the board for x6tence.
Yeah, pretty scary round for the CTs. They gave the terrorists too many opportunities really to get map control when they really didn't have the weaponry to back up that type of bark. And the CTs were, barely able to squeak out a victory.
And we're going to see, a beautiful pick there. Triple D drops Mason as he tries to switch over, or cross over, rather, to the B site. But here we go. They got the pick, and now they realize that it's probably only going to be one here, but it's Llewell, and he gets 2 for himself. So Flippin's still inside of lower dark. He's going to be a quick rotate onto this B bomb site. Kyrie needs to be very careful, as he been very close around this corner. Should be a freebie, as Kyrie will not go down. Flippin will go down, so it is a 1v2. Kyrie on 2 HP is going to get dropped. So Vination, that all started with that mid-door pick, and then the call was there. Go B, we got the pick. It's only Llewell. Llewell gets 2, but didn't work out there for x6tence. So the 4th round on the board for Vination.
Yeah, exactly like you said. They got that pick middle, and they smelled the blood, and they went for it, and they're able to get a pretty clean round. And a good flank on Kyrie in middle, as he was getting ready to pop flash over for his teammate who was flanking from the tunnels and try to make something out of nothing. And that counter flank to the flank really inception to the other team.
We see a quick pick out long here, but Kyrie will even up the player count, as that was actually the bomb carrier, but Triple D is able to retrieve that, as and long is going to be the real estate controlled by the terrorists right now. They've got 4 out long, just spamming this box where Llewell is hiding. Musambani has an opportunity, as actually full blind T squad is set back here. They are going to put some shots into Llewell, though, finally get that frag. Musambani is prompting for a boost here, and it's going to... he legged Hank through the wall, ends up getting the frag. He's going to peek out, drops Kicker as well. And this fell apart very quickly. Ollie Paul in a 1v3. That boost just worked wonders, and it's a high-risk, high-reward play, and Musambani gets Ollie Paul as he tries to push that smoke, but again, that boost is super powerful, but you give away the location of 2 players in one play. But, again, if it works out like we just saw there, he was able to drop that player at Goose, and then he's got a really sick angle to hold on anybody that comes up A ramp.
Yeah, exactly. And it's been curious to, even in that Orbit match on Dust2 before, they've opted to boost up the Opper, which is kind of a little strange in my opinion, but man, did I have to eat my my thoughts really on that one, because he made that play work beautifully. Nice pop flash for Mason, and it is a slaughter at long. 4 down for Mason.
Yeah, and Kyrie's gonna get that last one. So Mason probably wanted the ace, but Ollie Paul way down out mid, and Kyrie had to take the frag. So a flawless round here, though. That was a great, like you said, great pop flash and a spray down out long. It was an anti-eco round, but still can't complain if you're not dropping weapons on those anti-ecos. It's a great feeling because your economy really does benefit.
Yeah, and just the epic spray down feeling.
Yeah, exactly. Feels pretty darn good. So once again, we see some long presence from the T side, 3 of them in long A house, and we actually see a quick cat play. Kyrie boosted up on Lowell's head, and that's going to work out. Hank goes down, but they've left the long real estate completely open. We'll see if it ends up working out for the T's here, but Kyrie on top of the box in sight, very aggressive angle to hold, and that flashbang flashes everybody. I love the indicators because everybody got blinded by that, some maybe more than others, as Kyrie gets a frag. It's a 3v2 here as Musambani will take down Kicker. Had an opportunity to work a lurk, but now in a 2v4, they can drop this player in Kyrie, and they do. It's a bit of an opening, but that's going to be Flippin getting 2. And that's going to be the round here. So Flippin going big, 8-4 the score line. Existence doing work on their CT side.
Yeah, good read by the Terrace to know that Kyrie was boosted onto Cat to get that lower pick, and that there was a hole in the defense long, but the counter Terrace knew exactly what was going on, and after they got that pick, immediately shifted focus back to long, which is where the entire Terrace team was.
And now we see an eco round from our T players, and Triple D quick mid with Ollie Paul and Hank, and looks like Hank is just getting antsy. He wants to go out first, and he's actually trying to pull some attention to this double doors. And actually, Kyrie misses a shot. So a little bit of an opportunity there, but this Molotov going down, that is going to prevent them from pushing out. No armor means that fire really does a lot of damage, so they do not want to step foot in it. Here we go. Musambani close on the left side of doors. He will get 2. He's down to 5 HP. How did you get that shot? He was moving backwards with 5 HP, and he ends up getting Hank. I was not on his screen, but that was a ridiculous frag nonetheless.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a Kobe Bryant fadeaway.
Yeah, no big deal. So, Ollie Paul, he does have the bomb in mid, trying to land some digs in upper. That's going to be T-Bin, but he's down to 3 HP. He does now have his teammate by his side, but this is looking a little bit rough as Flippin, he wants to get aggressive. He's going to get T-Bin. Ollie Paul goes down to Mason, and a 9-4 score line here as Existence. Again, they won map number 1. They're looking damn solid in this first half of map number 2.
Yeah, they're looking to have a very step on their throat type of mentality and not give them any room to breathe. This whole BO3, Vination has just been struggling to just get any sort of work done or any really map control, and Existence just looks like they're on a whole nother level. Yeah,
exactly, and we're going to see Kicker trying to move up Cat very quickly, but we'll actually be able to drop the well, and no refrag there from the CT side means that they escape with him down to 56 HP, but he's actually switched spots. Musambani is in the smoke, and he's going to get a freebie onto Kicker as, again, they just switched spots in that smoke, and we see that happen. It's actually more often than you would suspect. A lot of times swapping positions there as the smokes in this game are just, obviously, were very blinding. So 3 players left up on the T side. Need to make something happen here, otherwise Existence going to be moving up to 10 rounds on their CT side.
Yeah, Musambani really taking a page out of Snack's playbook.
Yeah, exactly. Manipulating those smokes.
Hey, you should. Smokes are actually worth something in this game, so why not use them?
Exactly. So Triple D, last one alive, AWP in hand. Can he go full on? Can he? Yes. He's going to get 1, but needs 3 more. They do say, though, that the first one is always the hardest. to open up these kinds of clutches. So we'll see if he's able to make anything happen, but Mason on his behind. He does drop down, but Kyrie actually lands the op frag, so it doesn't matter. It is going to be the 10th round for Existence, and they are looking, like I said, really good on the CT side. This is the map choice for Vination, and Existence opting to start on that CT side, but we're seeing why their team play working out very well for them.
Yeah, just kind of a curious little thing. I think every time Musambani dies, he spams a command that changes his name. I don't know if
I've actually seen I've seen multiple players do that, and I'm not sure why. I'm trying to think of who I saw do that last, but yeah, I've seen that before, and I don't really understand. There's obviously something I'm missing, and I don't know. But it's only been with these European players that I've seen that, so I don't know if that's just a little bit of some sort of game culture or what's going on there, but it is interesting. It could be just like a frustrating thing. They just click that and they're like,
yeah.
And also, I guess you can't really punish them if he does say something, but it's his name changing. We can't really be like, oh, well, I'm them too,
yeah,
man, come on.
Too vulgar. It's just adding the /A/.
Exactly, but as we speak, the round comes to a conclusion, and sorry about that, guys. We just got a little sidetracked there, but it is a little bit interesting to note. 11-4, though, the scoreline at half. Existence looking to take this second map convincingly, and again, this is the map choice for Vination, and that's kind of how you know that these teams a little bit in different leagues. Vination, this is their map pick, and they're only able to get 4 on their T side. So now swapping over to their CT side, very similar to Cash in that they only got 4 on their first side, but it was obviously CT over there, whereas they started on. Oh no, yeah. What am I talking about here? Regardless, we've got the next pistol round underway.
Yeah. And Vination looks like Kicker's got a Molotov. I'm curious to see where he's going to be throwing that. Looks like he's gravitating towards B, so they might be anticipating a little bit of a B rush. And they're actually quick boosting 2 players onto Catwalk, and we have Existence kind of going. They're going for a middle takeover with 2 back cat and 2 lower. So these 2 players on Catwalk doing a head sack lower are going to be able to get some shots on them. They connected a few on the body, but not the instantaneous headshot that you're kind of looking for. Oh, and then Hank, they have another boost. So it's boosts on boosts for Vination as they're looking for a player from behind Xbox or Catwalk.
And we'll see.
Looks like there's going to be a pop flash close to middle, and they're going to try to see if they can get these players. Oh, actually, it's a nade. Lands right on the stack.
Yeah, Triple D is going to take a lot of damage for that, and here comes the mid to B play. Triple D goes down. Hank gets 1, but will go down shortly after, so this is going to have to be huge play from Kicker. He does take off the head of Mason, but he's got 3 angry T's storming in his direction, so Ollie Paul and Teban, you're going to have to retake here. Ollie Paul from window, and Teban from upper dark. Ollie Paul trying to get some shots, and Teban goes down to Kyrie. Ollie Paul does have a kit in hand, but this is going to be really rough, especially because they know his location. That decoy prompts Lowell to jump around, thinks that it could still be a window play, but that's going to be Lowell hitting a 6 shot onto Ollie Paul. So pistol round pickup for Existence. That is going to lock in some free, well, not free rounds, but that's going to lock in some rounds here on their T side, and this is looking bleak for Vination.
Yeah, Existence is on a very strict chilling with lemonade situation where they are just cruising wherever they want to go. Vination not really having an answer for anything that Existence is throwing at them, and the very good middle to B take with a lot of key nades, and they were able to just hold that down beautifully.
Now mid control here from Existence. I've got Kyrie posted up at Xbox, Musambani right behind, and they're going to be flashing and nading through, and they now see that the stack was real, but Kyrie goes down. You see Musambani, he gets 1. Hank down to 8 HP, 9 HP rather. Kicker's on 25 as well, so we'll see what happens in the rest of this round. Musambani still aggressive out mid. Ollie Paul now down to 8 HP as well. Some very lit CTs here. We do see, though, Kicker again in upper dark, and he tries to make something happen as they come up the stairs, but now Hank's going to be tested as he's playing from backside. I don't think they saw him move over here. They did not, so now he's got an opportunity, but he only got a couple shots off, and that was his opportunity, basically. Tipster now Heben will go down to a headshot of Musambani. And again, this is looking pretty bleak. Existence picks that up with only 1 loss. So their economy will work out well here. And it is going to be a force buy, though, from Vination. 4 FAMAS and a scout on the field.
Yeah, you kind of got to go into tilt mode at this point and try to make something happen. But like I said, I do not think Vination has won very many. Oh, beautiful shot by Triple D. But I don't think they've won barely any gun rounds. It's been very one-sided this entire match. Only time they've really had any traction was when they're kind of catching them off guard with these save buys.
And we're going to see Kyrie go down here as Hank will be able to secure that frag. So it is a 3v5. Weapon advantage still to the T's in that AKs versus FAMAS. So he's going to work out in the AK's favor, but we'll see what happens as that nade might do a little bit of damage. Yeah, Ollie Paul drops down to 56 HP. They are going to work out mid, it looks like, as Kicker, though, is going to be close on the other side. He gets 1, but traded upon. So Musambani and Mason, the last 2 on the field, and I imagine they just want to do some economic damage. Of course, they would love to win this 2v4, but taking some weapons away would be huge.
Yeah.
Ooh, the jump from... I don't know why he jumped there.
Yeah, that's kind of curious play right there. But good read by the terrorists to get that pick and then fall back to catwalk, catching that player off guard.
And now Mason wants to try...
Oh!
He had 1 HP, and I'm like, oh, he's going to avoid this fire, though, for sure. And then he just, his toe touched it. And that was 1 damage. And he falls. He just trips as he hits that fire. So
I guess as a kid, he never played that game, The Floor's Hot Lava.
Yeah, exactly. You got to avoid the hot lava. As soon as you touch it, you're done. So no second chances there in Vination. They pick up around 5-13, though. We do see it's going to be a save round. They don't spend too much money on this round on that T side. Mason with the Galil, but that's about the most expensive buy on the field. And they're going to be able to recycle it. Musambani picks it up, opts to throw it away, though, to Lowell, as he's confident with his Tech 9. But again, this round, about economic damage. Of course, they would want to take it, but we want to just make sure that the money situation doesn't get out of control for the CTs. But Ollie Paul gets 2. That's a big play from him. Again, this is an eco round, so those kills coming a little bit easier than normal, but 2 players still left up for the T side.
Yeah, he did a really good job there holding his ground because the terrorist did pop flash, and actually he had a teammate on the ledge, but because he got flashed, he fell down. So he was left there alone and was still able to get those kills. So well done.
And now we're going to see Musambani go down to Hank as he gets aggressive on Cat, the side of the smoke here, and Flippin tries to work the side of the smoke, but Hank had not moved his position, so still holding that angle. And the 6th round now for Vination. They're trying to make a comeback here, but got to start somewhere. And this is where they're starting. So 6 rounds on the board. They're not out of this. They definitely could bring it back, but we're going to have to see a lot of heads-up play, a lot of individual play, a lot of team play just across the board. They need to make some miracles happen here. But,
yeah, and interestingly enough, Triple D's still opting for a scout, and although you would generally think that'd be a bad play, but because of how this map layout is, there's still so many angles that you can do a lot of these jump picks with. As you can see, he's just looking at lower, jumping up and down, and that's a hard shot to hit if you're a terrorist. And he has back, and you'd think he's open to that catwalk, but he has a teammate right next to him covering that weakness. So good setup right there. Probably a little heads up. You don't really practice that one. But the terrorists are all gathered long with a lurker and lower. So they've given them pretty much all long control, and we have a bunch of jumping players from what I can see on the X-ray.
Is Jumpy back in the server? Is he back?
You'd think.
Apparently he's back. We're going to see Flippin and the T side moving up to try and get this in. Triple D hits the headshot, though. That looked absolutely ridiculous from Triple D's point of view, but he lands the shot. Mason takes down Hank here as he's going to be the lurk player in mid. But we do still have some CTs very close to this bomb site. Ollie Paul is going to be pushing up through CT, but gets dropped, and Teban looks away momentarily and gets blindsided by Musambani. So that's going to be the 14th round here. x6tence looking to close this out. Vination trying their hardest, but just did not work out in that round.
Yeah, good call by x6tence. They opted to put all of their players together at long, and they got the good read because they just gave it to them. They were trying to do some cheeky stuff on catwalk, and there was no one to be found. And with the player staying in B tunnels, going late into the lower, was able to nullify any sort of flank on the retake from catwalk. As Mason's able to take down Hank, trying to do a cute little flash and try to jump behind the box. Able to get punished. Musambani's still there looking for Kicker. Kicker throwing a flash, but they're not really going for it. They're going to lower and leaving carry up there. Oh, Musambani finding Triple D. And looks like it's going to be pretty smooth sailing. They're still, again, good mid-round call by x6tence. Get that damage, get the information, and then they're regrouping. So they're just getting to more and more trading positions. Very, very good standard Counter-Strike.
Yeah, no, definitely good use of the clock here. And that's something that I would even say some of our North American teams, the clock and playing out the clock is something that they might commit to a play before they actually need to. And I think that's a perfect example here of how they gather that information, but still with plenty of time left, they're gonna weigh their options. And they don't know it yet, but they've made the right decision in that there's only one player here in A site, and it's Olipal, and he's actually left his opportune position, and now he's falling into CT.
Wow.
As it's going to be Flippin entering the site, but he's all alone, and that prompts the rotate, and now it's a free bomb site A.
Yeah, the patience of x6tence paid off. They stayed really quiet. They weren't doing any nonsense like running around and jumping, so they had no idea that the CTs had no idea that the terrorists were long. And as soon as they kind of started working towards it, CT got right into Flippin's crosshairs and were able to make the pick. And it seemed like it was going to be a B take, but now it's just a pretty simple A hold. And oh my god, that was a nasty shot. Wow, able to utilize that instantaneous crouching animation and get the nice headshot to finish out that round. Really well done by x6tence. Like you could use that round to illustrate this entire match, that they're just on another level, and that they really mind their P's and Q's. All of that international LAN experience really coming into play, and Kicker getting hit through the doors as Kyrie is a complete nuisance in middle.
Yeah, Kicker down to 19 HP, and Hank playing inside of the smoke, aggressively out Cat, but will get spotted out, so he falls back, and this is the 15th round. It is match point. x6tence poised to take this map in a very convincing fashion, and as we can see, there's little to no equipment on the CT side. They've forced up with pistols, but 4 of them are deagles. Olipal with a 5.7, so they're looking for some pretty shots, but see if it works out here. Triple D is holding a close angle. They are opting for a B-side play, and Kicker goes down, so Triple D is going to have to come up with the big deags, but doesn't. So now it's going to be Teban on the other side of the door. Hank goes down. It's only up to these 2 players. Is this going to be it? It looks like it is so. Teban goes down. It's all up to Olipal, and he's going to get dropped. So 16-6 the score line. x6tence makes short work of Vination.